Ho, 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 and 'tis the season to stress you out. We are about to end 2023, and you might think this was one of the most stressful years of your life, even if nothing was actively happening, though I bet it was, because the energies will usually make something happen, like deaths in the family, having to move, getting fired, all of the above. These things will happen with the energies. Where are those energies coming from? Predominantly, they're coming from the solar storms that are happening. And some of your mainstream people will have tried to pump out that the solar storms are going to end all technology and Earth. The solar storms have always been happening. And specifically in this last year, it's been continuous, because usually like it'd be like 1 or 2 in a year, 3 or 4 in a year, like, and they were minor, and it was, you know, it was fluctuating energy, but nothing like what just happened in last year in 2024. They were back to back to back. But 2024, what we're going into, they're not going to stop. There won't be an up and down. There'll be an up, like maybe down a little, but not to neutral. They will be peaking up and down up here. There will be, unfortunately, I'm not going to say it. No, you know what? Don't do it. If you're feeling the urge to yourself, don't do it. It's just the energies. And if you can make it through the big breakthrough in 2025, we're going to get a big reveal. What I've always found is these predictions, like Y2K, even 2012, they're never like the big hype that everyone always makes them out to be. Like, there's also supposed to be the Earth split, where some of us will turn to sparkle dust and mist away. And we used to think it'd be us that ascended, but then now the research and the intel is showing that it's actually the 3Ders that are leaving, because Earth is going to 5D. So if you were stuck in 3D, you're who's actually going to leave. Ugh. And that one I actually see kind of happening. Thanks to a certain thing they keep telling everyone to get, people are dropping like flies, normally healthy people. But like the thing is like you keep getting warned more and more and more that something is causing problems, and you're not listening, and you're still getting more and more and more of them. What's a better way to prove that you're a sheeple? Because no offense, I'm sorry, but if you're listening to the commercials that the government tell you to watch, that's going to be a bad message. They are not the good guys at all. And I'm not saying they're malevolent bad guys, but they're definitely not the ones that should be driving the ship. What we're heading into is every individual person learning to drive their own ship. That's where we're going. We're going to a place of sovereignty. We're going to a place of freedom, but not like la 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 la, like the hippies used to try to make it. I'm just gonna do drugs all day and not have any responsibility. No, you're gonna have to have responsibility. And now does that mean life's gonna be worse or better? I don't know. Like, not it won't be worse in like oh poor me, because we're definitely getting stronger. But like, I don't know about you, but I'm like not a go-getter at all. Like, not even a little. I'm chill. Like, I am not ambitious. Like, I have a nice house. I have 2 great cars. I have 3 great kids. And I know I always say these things, I know they're cliche, but from somebody that grew up like me, having a white picket fence life, like, that's, like, I'm good. Like, I love that. And maybe if I had a mansion, but I don't think I realistically handle that very well. I'd probably become like an egotistical dickhole. Like, I don't know, maybe not. And that's my own internal work. But like, when I say things are going to be harder, like, spirit, and I know this and I feel this, and they're always up to like be more productive and to do more, because the world needs me, blah, blah, blah. Like, I know, and that's why I'm here. Like, it is so hard to do all the things we're supposed to do in an awakened world. This is what I'm worried about. This is what I'm saying. Like, the homesteading thing, like, this is why we moved out to the country. I tried to homestead. It is very hard. Like, plants don't like to live if you ignore them for like a couple days. They are meaty things. The only plants I can manage to keep alive in my house are those plasticky ones, because they just, I don't know, they're like really good and they keep themselves alive. Herbs, like, I'm a herbalist. Like, that's one of the first things I got certified in the like awakened world, was a herbalist, because I don't know, it's the first thing that was my bridge into magic from being an atheist, because I got into the health world and realizing like, oh, they lie to us about everything health-wise, but then somehow herbs, and then herbs being alive, led me to believing like the earth was alive, and then that progressed, and bam, here I am, like, we are all God, and like, which I'd already had a previous awakening to, but didn't like live by it, didn't believe. it's hard when you're in that world of like, I'm not fully awake, but I know things. Like people that have always been intuitive. I've heard somebody else say, I don't remember who, that we can be the worst at gaslighting ourselves. We talk about like the government keeping us down and all these different factors, but honestly, we keep ourselves down the most. And I know we've been given our like beliefs and biases from society and the government and parents and all that, but ultimately we are the ones who choose to keep imprisoning ourselves. So this is why sovereignty is a big theme going forward. And these are the kinds of discussions you're going to have with yourself. And even like all the different reasons of why you do things. You need to start finding inside yourself why. So you can use the solar storms that are going to be coming down in 2024 that just will not stop. So we're going to be pushed into our boundaries. Like I'm whining about like homesteady stuff because like, blah. And like our government's super pushing us into it though. Like we just got Christmas groceries the other day and we bare bonesed it and it was $450. It was $450 and we bare bones it. Like that's all. And we had 3 kids in the cart. So you can even imagine how like barely any groceries were even in the cart. There was 3 kids in the cart. I think at the end my daughter had to get out, but both the boys were still in. So that's expensive. And then they keep saying it's all because of this carbon tax, but like something's got to give. So like there's going to be some revolutions that happen over the different things. And I heard America's got their own stuff. They're trying to take Trump off the ballot in Colorado. That's going to cause a war thing, people are saying. So who knows? But I see a lot of mini wars happening in that regard, but not even that major. Like we just had like the trucker thing that was last year, last year. And that was very peaceful. Like it was creepy how bad our government like blocked it. And I know people personally that got very hurt. So it wasn't like people did get hurt, but like considering how revolutions have gone in the past, I think we did all right, you know. And, you know, I think they did good, you know, woo, truckers. But if we could just do more things like that, because I heard America, they keep bombing stuff. It gets really dark there. We don't do that. We stay pretty chill. I like chill solutions. That's what we got to find. Because like we kind of have to fight a little because that's like what people have to do when they're disagreeing. But like, let's keep it as peaceful as possible. Like, you know, I heard in our government, again, they were doing a sit-in until Christmas, and I just try to stay out of politics, but my husband's super into it, so that's usually where I hear this stuff, because the whole thing is a sham, if you ask me. But they were doing a peaceful sit-in to get rid of this carbon tax. That's the point is I couldn't afford to be rich if I wanted to here. It's insane, like insane. But other places are worse. Like in South Africa, they have to like get a schedule of when the power goes out like during the day. And that's been happening for a long time. And they basically don't even have a government. Like if you call the police, nobody comes. And it's been that way for a long time. So things are happening, turning over, but they're going to increase in 2024. It's going to get, I don't like the word worse, but people need to step up because they don't have to get worse. They don't have to get worse. Anytime that the knob gets turned on my life, I say, thank you, universe. And I put on my big boy pants and I just like, this is me having to work harder. And not always. I mean, sometimes I stumble a little, but not that much anymore. That's the thing with ascending, going up the Jacob's ladder. That is what I teach. Like the higher up you go, like, yes, you will fall back sometimes, but you fall back less and you fall back less hard. And you hold the truth inside yourself that like, this is going to get better. God is there for me because I am God and my own mind is projecting the future. So how can I become a proper instrument of projecting the best future possible is like my whole message. That's it. And then there's the nuances of how we actually do this in our complicated lives, in our own battles. Like what wars am I in my life? And how can I transverse it better? And this is why learning things like your astrology and all your different personality traits will really, really, really help you here. So I will leave you with that. And this is my 2024 forecast, is leaving you with the fact that you need to up-level yourself in all the different ways that is up-leveling for you. And maybe you will have some battles ahead of you, but just stay true to the divine self, because that's, you have to find the divine inside your own heart. Remember, think from your heart. That's my message. Think from your heart always. And just let's try to just like go through 2024 as safely as possible, as chill as possible, as like forgiving as possible. Live from love. Everything else is fear. Okay? You can do this. I believe in you.